Welcome everyone to part 2 of my Action Comics. I'm feeling this one the same, just after I finished filming part 1, so I still don't know which episode number this issue currently is, so I'll have to apologize for that. So it is what it is, unfortunately. Action Comics 728, part of the honeymoon storyline. Of Superman. It's funny, right? 720, the engagement is off. I think 721, Lois Lane is doing whatever, and found a few issues they get married, so I'm not showing the wedding issue because it's officially not Action Comics. So, it is what it is. Action Comics 744. A very patriotic 750. 761. 820. I can't tell if I'm terrified of the Silver Banshee or very turned on. By the way she's postured and position is like, I'm attracted to you, I think I'll be killed. Action Comics 825. Action Comics 836. Action Comics 903. Action Comics number 10, part of the New 52. This is volume 2, I believe. They went all the way up to like 900 and something in volume 1, then they switched over and all that. So that's volume 2. Because volume 3 starts out with Action Comics 1000, the milestone, the landmark issue. Very, very cool. So I have a few issues of that one. So this is the A cover, I believe. I got a 90s variant cover signed by Dan Jurgens. 123 of 500 copies. Just a very cool one. I also have Action Comics 1000, the wraparound Dynamic Forces Jurgens edition. Sent it to CGC. Wasn't aware at the time we'd get a green label because it couldn't verify a signature. Or either I was, I just didn't care, wanted it graded, protected. 9.6, 518 of 8,000 written on the cover and name written on the cover. So I understand that you can't verify it, but why can't you just put Dan Jurgens or whatever, whatever. So 9.6. Like I said, I love this every Superman kind of a thing. All the way from the very beginning. It was time he left Krypton, his stages, all the way to the current, what he looks like in this book. But I have a 9.8 in the Dan Jurgens Dynamic Forces Dynamic Forces Jurgens Sketch Edition. This was a 9.8. My LCS contacted me. They had said they have 2 of these covers here. 9.8s, 2 of these books. Did I want one? And they'd give me a deal. I think I bought it 100 or 150 or whatever. I'm not sure what it was worth at the time, but they gave me a deal. So 9.8. So really, really cool. All right. Now the real recent stuff. Action Comics 1001. This is where I started getting into the books. So I basically had to start from 1000, the landmark issue, and work my way back. I'm not really after every single issue like I am at ASM, but I'll get them now and then. 102. Especially since Spider-Man is my main, Amazing Spider-Man is my main interest. Action Comics is like a side issue, so if I see an interesting Action Comic book, I'll get it. for a good price. 103, but I'm not chasing after it, you know what I mean? Action Comics 104, a foil cover. And the B cover. 105. Or 1005. My bad. 1005. 1006. And the much cooler variant cover. This is back. This is back when I was getting, and I had more money or whatever at the time, and I was getting the A and the B covers because I couldn't decide which one. Now, when I scale back on books I don't want or don't need, I'll pick whatever. So now, if there's a choice between 1006, do I get this one or this one? I go, well, this one's cooler, even though I like seeing Action Comics for the title, and I like the number up there in the bigger print. I'll get this one because it's better cover to me. 1007, and the variant cover. 1008, B cover. 1009, 1010, 1011, 1012, 1013, 1014, 1015, first full crossover appearance of Naomi, and a very beautiful cover. 1016, 1017, 1018. John Romita Jr. does a lot of good work, but when he does Superman covers, I hate him. I mean, most people are fine, I guess, or not bad or fine, but Superman, I don't like how he does Superman. He looks ugly. 1019. 1020. And Exhibit B, the last one I currently have, 1021. I mean, seriously. What the hell is with that face? I mean, that's a face I want to punch. Not that I want to break my hand. And I have two annuals. Action Comics Annual number 3 in 1991. Superman becomes President of the United States. I dig it. I vote for him. Action Comics number 6. Annual number 6. So those are every single issue of Action Comics that I have. So, like I said, when I first got into collecting, it was Action Comics and Superman all the way. 98% Marvel. You know, very rarely did I do anything, or DC, very rarely did I anything Marvel. And somewhere along the line in between seeing the books there and watching Reggie Collect's channel and seeing his passion for Amazing Spider-Man and his chase to collect every single issue, I fell in love with Spider-Man. I relate to him more, Spider-Man and Peter Parker, so much as an adult. Just so much as an adult. See, Superman's just too perfect. He's a child's ideal, idol. Whereas Spider-Man was someone I could relate to as an adult. Someone who struggled, maybe not to do the right thing, but always just struggled to make ends meet and just struggled to do good and take care of the people he cared about. So that's why Spider-Man's my main guy, but Superman will always hold a special place in my heart. So, if I don't get, I've also been wavering on if I bought every single issue of Spider-Man or Superman's Action Comics as they come out. But if I dropped one of them, it'd probably be the Superman title and keep Action Comics, because Action Comics number 1, it's what started it all. That's with Superman. It's the start of the superheroes as we know it today. So, don't know what my collecting future holds as far as Superman goes, but I'll always care about Action Comics and Superman, whether I continue to collect them or not. So who knows what the future looks like. So stay tuned for the next collection video. My collection video. Now that I've done two shows of DC, now we're gonna go back to a Marvel book, Marvel character, which luckily I have a lot more of to choose from. So stay tuned for that. I don't know exactly which one I'm gonna do yet, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun when I do. So can't wait. So see you later. See you next time. Happy collecting.